Hi and welcome back to My Mature Student Life. So today's video is really quick, properly against the wire this week. Loads and loads of things have gone wrong. I'm on a reading week. My target was to get about 2,000 words completed during the week. I think I'm on target, but I wanted to do a really quick video because I was thinking about assignments. So, okay, so first thing to say is pregnancy, yeah, it can be rubbish. So this week my midwife forgot my anti-D, and which means that instead of taking like an hour out of my day to go and see a midwife, I've now got to go up to a hospital and get anti-D. So I did an hour yesterday, and now I've lost, I'm probably potentially losing about 2 or 3 hours out of my week this week, or today, sorry. So really frustrated this week. I know it's only a little thing, but it's just one of them things that pregnancy can, I suppose, throw at you. So building assignments, how do you do it? Loads of people struggle with this. To me, it's just a really easy calculation in my head. This isn't rocket science. You probably already know this, but if you don't, then you're probably going to find it really helpful. And the reason I wanted to share it with people, because when I speak to people about how I do it, they go, "Oh yeah, of course you do it like that. That totally makes sense." So the easiest thing in the world to do is get your assignment brief out. First and foremost, you read your brief inside out. How many key points have you got to cover? So an example of that could be 3 key points, okay, that you have to cover. And then, so what you do is you total up your full word count, okay? So say it's 3,000 words. Then you deduct off that 10%, so 300 words for your introduction, 300 words for your conclusion, and then you see what's left, yeah? So that should give us, 2,400, and then you divide that then by your key points, so however many you've got, so you might have 3 or 4, see what you've got left with regards to your numbers, and then obviously when you're formulating your assignment, sorry, that was Albie just dropping something, but I need to be quick today. So when you're formulating your assignment, you look at your key points, you're looking at how many words you've got, you don't touch your introduction, you don't touch your conclusion, you don't even do your introduction yet. Just think about what I want to include in them key points now. So then break it up. So if it's, so for example, I'm doing something at the minute, I'm doing an investment project for properties. So one of my key points is buy-to-lets. So I know that I've got 500 words only to talk about buy-to-lets, and my key points are the calculations you need to do. That's it, because buy-to-let is all about the numbers. So I need to introduce 2 calculations. So one is ROI, and the second one is yield. So I spend 250 words on ROI, 250 words on yield, job done. And I might comment on the pros and cons, but it depends on what your assignment brief is. So my assignment brief is to examine, so I am just to look at the different aspects of that. It might be that you've got to critique that, so you've got to produce some critical analysis. So if it's critical analysis and you've got 500 words, then you need to be looking for 2 or 3 authors in your first section. So he says this is wonderful, he says it's rubbish, somebody else says this, 100 words on each, you're nearly up to your 500 words. What do you think in the last bit? Does that make sense? So all the time, you're referring back to your assignment brief. Always have on your desktop as well. I've got something, I can't remember what university it's from, but it gives me, the list of words. So examine, analysis, critical evaluation, discuss, and it gives me exactly what that brief is looking for, so I don't wander off into doing something that I shouldn't be doing. So all the time when I'm thinking about my assignment, I'm like, right, this is the amount of words I've got. If it's discuss, then I'm looking for a range of different ideas. So if I've got 500 words, I might play about with three different perspectives and then put my spin on it as well. So yeah, so just use your basic calculations and really be strict about it. And another thing just to say on assignments is a lot of people get bogged down in it. And I've been thinking about how I don't do that, how I don't get bogged down and quite enjoy it. I set myself little targets. So throughout this week, like I said, I wanted to produce about between 2,000 and 3,000 words. So I knew what my word count was every day. And yes, I'm frustrated because stuff happens, life happens, but I've set myself little targets so it doesn't become massive, it doesn't become onerous. So I was thinking about what, between 300 and 600 words a day would be okay for me this week. And if I don't meet my target, then it's no big deal. I've still got like months to complete it, but I wanted to get myself ahead. So set yourself mini targets. So you're not looking at the massive assignment because that can be overwhelming, but you're looking at, actually, I've got 500 words to do on buy-to-lets today. Easy, job done. That's fantastic. Tomorrow, I've got 500 words to do on HMOs. Easy. Again, I can do 500 words on a HMO, and then the next day it's whatever it is. But break yourself down into little chunks. Another thing that I do, which some people might find a little bit weird, but I always start my assignments really early. Okay, so I get them absorbed in me. So I read the brief, understand what it is I need to do, and then I leave it. I don't start it straight away. I'll just ponder about it. And then I might do a little bit of reading, and I'll start to formulate the bones of my assignment, what I want to include. I'll start to maybe, in my like pages document, I'll put in my titles, put in where I want my, obviously, executive summary. Just start to build it, because that can take time. And I allow the assignment to go into my subconscious. I think you might find this really, really weird, but it works for me. So I allow it to go into my subconscious, and I start pondering about the different reading that I've come across, and I look at different websites. And for me, stuff starts to come to me. So again, a weird example, but it works. Last night, I would just, when you're drifting in and out of consciousness before sleep, I was thinking about this assignment. Loads of really good ideas were coming. And I was like, yeah, I want to include that, and that's fantastic. And it's when you totally relax and you don't let the assignment bog you down, but you just allow yourself to enjoy the assignment and love it. And I've even got an assignment that I'm really, really not looking forward to. But because I've spent time not stressing about it and just allowing it to absorb, ideas are starting to come now, and I'm starting to think, I might not have done that correctly, and I'm feeling a bit more inspired about it because I'm looking at loads of different perspectives, and I'm looking at websites, and I'm looking at books, and I'm thinking about how I can adapt that assignment. But I've allowed it to bed in. I've allowed that time. So do allow that. Do allow a little bit of subconscious thinking. And I often find that sometimes my best work comes out of that subconscious, because it's my brain doing what it should be doing, rather than me stressing out and trying to take over. I'm just allowing it to do what it needs to do. So I hope that helps. So a couple of key points to keep in mind today. Be strict about your word count. If it's 500 words on each point, it's 500 words on each point. You might look at a 2,000 word essay and think, oh my goodness, that's low. It's not. It's nothing. I'm looking at a 4,000 word essay now. It's nothing. I haven't got enough. I'm looking at thinking, where am I going to put this? Because I need to put this in. So stuff has got to go, and you've got to be really, really critical. And you'll find that as you build your numbers, that happens, and your assignment no longer becomes this massive 4,000 word essay. It becomes a mishmash of lots of mini essays, which are much more palatable for you to be able to produce. So yeah, be strict on your numbers, have the word definitions on your desktop, and plan early. So allowing that assignment to go into your subconscious, I think you'll enjoy it a lot more. Step up from year 1 to year 2 is huge in terms of word count. So in year 1, you're looking at like 1,500, 2,000. Now we're looking at 4,000 and 5,000 at least, for each assignment. Fine, it's absolutely fine. You just need to be, again, more organised. Think about your words. I hope that really helps. Again, like I said, it's not rocket science, but lots of people don't do it that way, and I don't know why. So thought I'd better share it just to see if anybody else is, struggling with that. Use it, see if it helps, and I'll see you next time.